got to look suave and sophisticated, but it also keeps me warm. It's sheep's wool, I should say. But my God, it's one of those days, guys. It's the warmest jacket I have. And I'm wearing it. My hashtag van life hat on. I'm just parked up on. I'm not technically in Herne, I'm actually in Tankerton. Very glamorous sounding Tankerton. It's in between Whitstable and Herne Bay. So I thought I'd park up in the middle. So I got speaking to someone in a pub last night. It was open mic night, one of the bar staff, and I was telling him about all my adventures. And he's going, "Oh yeah, go to Tankerton. They've got free parking." Now he's telling the truth. There is indeed free parking, but Tankerton and probably Whitstable as well, and possibly Herne, they are anti-motorhome friendly. They're not motorhome. They're not camper van motorhome friendly. So basically, anyone can park on the seafront except motorhome camper vans, for as long as they want. Because there is, I'll show you in a second. So basically, it tries to discourage, people from sleeping the night here, which I think is really quite ridiculous, really, because I don't think there's enough demand for it. Let's see here, go to the caravans, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. So basically, you cannot caravan cannot park it from 6 p.m. to 8. You can't spend the night basically to 8:30 the next day. Usually that'll be the other way around, 8:30 to 6 p.m. to say that you can't park during the day there, so you cannot park during the night. Now, I don't personally think they have employed a night staff of traffic wardens in order to do it. I think it's a bluff, I think it's a fear. But either way, if you see my video on Telegram and Instagram that I put up this morning, I've got a great view. So I kept going down, I kept searching where does it not have one of these signs. I couldn't find one. It's got it all under the seafront at Tankerton here. So I parked literally on the road, not that road, typically, but another one nearby, where there is no parking restrictions at all, but the only clause is obviously it's parked on a fairly busy road. So, I mean, I can pretty much sleep through anything. I can sleep through a hurricane. So I didn't notice it, but obviously the fan does rock a bit because when the heavy vehicles do pass by. But that's a bit of a bummer. So Tankerton, I put it on Park for Night, I updated it, and I said there's this road that they're not friendly, but there's this one with no parking restrictions, so it's fair play. It's only 5 spaces about. So I'm going to walk to Herne Bay, guys, from here, because tomorrow a person who watches afternoon, somebody call my mama, somebody please call my mama. So from tomorrow, I'm going to be in Whitstable because someone kindly, I don't know whether he's purely a watcher of Delivering Liberty or UNN or both, but he's kindly offered me to use his internet connections rather than using the van's one, which is not always great, as you've probably worked out. So I'm gonna. Oh, what's this? What's this? Nothing. So I thought I'm going to drive a little bit further into past Whitstable. I'm actually, you know what? I've actually already discovered what the Wetherspoon pub is called in Whitstable. It's called the Peter Cusher, after the actor. You know, Grand Moff Tarkin, and was he in loads of Hammer horror films? Peter Cushing. Didn't he play Doctor Who in that film as well? So I've already seen it. So that's why I'll be going around. So instead of going into Whitstable, which is just as near, but it's that way, I thought, no, I'll go into Herne Bay instead. So I probably won't be going into Herne Bay from tomorrow onwards. I'll be in Whitstable. I might stretch further and go to Margate to meet a friend who I've not seen in ages. I've already told him that I'm in town or nearby, and he goes, yeah, but he's not always so reliable to meet up with. We'll see. Yeah, so I thought I'll just come down. Yeah, it's Matt. There he is. Peter Cushing. Cushing? Yeah, it's Matt. It's Matt Zilla. but he spelt the L's with ones because he's being cheeky, so he's being edgy. He spelt with ones instead of L's because it's that when people spell cool with a K, because trying to be like super cool, so they put a K instead of a C. But he's used ones instead of L's. So that's the reason why. But anyway, yeah. So Matt, I'm using it. So yeah, as you're there, Matt, we've not communicated today, so let's have a public conversation now. Well, I'm in Tankerton, and I park basically on the seafront. Well, where they allow me to park in the seafront. There's all these restrictions against motorhome caravans, which is totally uncool. Okay. But we found a little road there right by the seafront that's totally free. So I'm just going to walk to Herne Bay, see what's there. So I'm going to be in Whitstable for the next 3 days, so I won't be going to Whitstable way. But yeah, I'll after this live stream, I'll probably call you up, Matt, and like see what's what. So I don't want to. So the thing is, I don't like treading on people's feet, or rather just use their facilities as minimal as possible in order not to be a nuisance. You know what I mean? That sort of thing, in order to not take the piss. So even when I do the show, I'll just go out again. So you'd only really see me for the show time, unless like you go, oh no, I stay around here and watch some films. That's what we were doing last week around my mate Paul's place in Kingston upon Thames. We were like watching all of Yes Minister, the first season. Quiet homework, yeah. Watch Yes Minister now in hindsight, with especially what's gone over the last 2 years, and you can see it really doesn't matter what government is elected, whether it's even like the Heritage Party or Freedom Alliance, if somehow they became the game, it would not matter, guys, because it's the civil service who really run this country, the unelected bureaucrats who really run this country. So definitely required reading, guys. In fact, it's made by the BBC as well. It's basically, back in the late 70s, early 80s, whatever year it was filmed. It's basically them just laughing at you and going, but they're using the mouthpiece, state broadcaster, to basically tell you the entire blueprint of what's going on. They're just laughing at you and you think, they think democracy works, they're fools. Yeah. But, no problem, cool. No problem, I'm about, cool, really cool. Yeah, cool, okay, yeah. Tony Garrett, oh yes, Starling's 20, yes, the one, yeah, he was the doctor, yeah, Bernard Cornwall's played a constable, yeah! Oh, yeah, and then when that Bernard Cornwall came back, that's why it was a bit of a big deal, yeah, that was it. Yeah. Yes, Tony Garrett, likewise, hope the family is still fine. Oh, the family of me, yeah. The solo, the lone wolf, the renegade. Let's turn on any ladies though. What else? Yeah, Nightbot. It's okay, guys. I think Nightbot, he's become so tyrannical that he even banned himself. That's how tyrannical he's got. He's not working. I don't know why. I haven't done anything. He just decided. Maybe he's gone on strike. I don't know. I don't know what has actually happened to Nightbot. He's only meant the explanation. He started banning people. So I think he's banned himself. I don't know how you defeat their programming by overloading them with philosophy and like riddles and they like in those old sci-fi films. Basically, that's how they beat the robot, by just overloading him with you're here to protect humans, but yet you're killing humans. And then it can't work, it can't sort of comprehend what's going on, and it just sort of explodes. It's basically what's happening to Nightbot. He's banned so many people, or timed them out for people using emojis, and then someone somewhere has gone, yeah, but you were meant to help the people, not ban them. And then he's like, damn, and it starts and all smoke starts coming out of his ears and stuff like that, and it just explodes. His head just blows off. That's what I think's happened to Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot's grumpy. Yeah, go on, try it, test out. Use like 10,000 emojis and see what happens. See if he maybe that will wake him up. Maybe that will summon him. Like in the horror films where like you think you've buried Freddy or Jason. You know, horror film. And then in the sequel, then at the end of the film, their hand comes out of the grave. so Big Mama, you use like 10 emojis in a row, yeah, and then see if that wakes him, and see if that like summons him like Candyman. All caps. Wow. That's Yep. See, it's not there. It's the Skynet has fallen. So I don't know. Shall I bring him back? Shall I summon him back one day? Only for him to go on a tyrannical raid again. What I want to do is just help him with, hey, if I just type in this, instead of me like go into, because Prism, what I'm using is pretty, but it's still in its infancy state. It's still pretty temperamental. If I just simply go to another window on my phone, you know, I can have a program that's running, and it will just end the stream. Whereas with other things like StreamYard, it won't do that. But Prism's free, so I'm a bit obviously a cheapo because of my financial situation. So someone got grody because Sid's Nightbot banned them, and they messaged Sid on Telegram. So I stepped in, and he threatens me at next protest. What? What? I love to think if that was a Nightbot, you know, like in the Matrix films where you know when Smith, in the second one, it makes you feel old, and he can like become people. Well, you know, he just sort of punches them in the chest, and then he just sort of override. He gets into their consciousness somehow. That's basically what Citizen Sid's Nightbot has done. It's become a human. Like it's still like it's used one of us as a vessel, and then that's basically the person who said that that was actually your Nightbot. So that's why things happened. But yeah, also I got my gimbal back. Actual thief stuck it down his pants. I don't know if people saw that last stream with me in London. He stuck it down his pants. And it's still full of sand from Bournemouth Beach. But I think really this crustacean is probably from actual Coverage's pants, possibly, because he doesn't look like he washes his pants too often, to be fair. So it's really either two things: it's sand or it's his crustiness from his never changing pants. It's one of the two. Either one is plausible. Scaffolder John, I miss you. Sorry, mate. I'll post in the British government. Okay, I'll post in the British government. Allocate on merit, or do you advise diversity? Sorry, because the chat keeps going. I keep missing it. Or do you encourage or to advertise diversity? Again, I don't know. I would. Well, it can't be done by merit, surely, because this country's an absolute mess. That the state don't employ based on merit. They employ because they're terrible at everything. The only thing they're good at is just stealing your money, really, and sending it to places that not a lot of people don't want it to be sent to. I mean, if you're wanting to send money to Ukraine, for example, there's how many charities are there at the moment that are sending, or businesses that are telling you that they are sending X amount % of their profit to Ukraine? I mean, how much money does this fucking country need? So I mean, there's no strategical benefit to it either. That's the thing about it. It's the hilarious thing about it. It's totally a money laundering operation. But to answer that, watch Yes Minister. I can only say that. I mean, I know people. I watched it years ago, but it was just I wasn't really interested in it, and you don't really take heed. But trust me, now the last 3 years coming on now, watch it now with the set of eyes you have now. With everything you know right now, and you look at it, your jaw will drop. I mean, I don't even see it as a comedy or a sitcom. I just see it as a documentary. It's not a comedy. I mean, it is witty. It is hilarious. But it is the truth. Oh my God. Bird flu advice. Avian influenza is circulating in seabirds and other wildlife in this area. If you see a dead bird or other wildlife where cause of death is unclear, please do not touch or move it. Keep away and do not let your pet, especially dogs, go near it. Like, can they catch bird flu? If you find a dead bird or other wildlife left for removal or disposal, call a brief so you can. So, yeah, give them something to do. Justify their job, bro. Yeah, that's basically what the Yes Minister was about. It was basically the whole purpose of the ministers, really, is to lobby Parliament to give each department a bigger budget. So then that department can grow, employ more people with taxpayers money, and overall grow the state even bigger. And if the state grows bigger, your civil liberties grow smaller. Become smaller, I should say. So yeah, no, definitely watch it, guys. It's just them telling the blueprints of everything. It's like, here's the blueprints to the Death Star. Just here it is, guys. This is what's going on right here in front of your face, and we're all just laughing at you. We're going to disguise it as a comedy, but really, this is factual. Yes, Yes Minister, the Fly on the Wall documentary. Damn right, Tony Garrett, it is. Yeah. Where are we? When somebody with a degree in hospitality management from the Polytechnic of West London is the only candidate for the post of Foreign Secretary, one suspects that something odd is going on. Well, I've said that even before I rewatching Yes Minister last week at Paul's place, right? We were having some beers and just watching it going, fucking hell, it's all just there, isn't it? Like, we didn't even expect it to be like, I don't even know why we even started watching Yes Minister of all things, we just went, it just came about, like, let's just stick it on, right? So I've never seen it properly, do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen like an episode or two, but just never consistently watched the whole episode, you know what I mean? And we put it on, and like, I'm pretty sure Paul's jaw dropped as well. He just went, it's just there it is. That's it. That's what they're up to. It really doesn't matter who is elected. The department still goes on despite who the minister is, whether he or she is even president or not. They're just the public face. They're just the illusion of a democracy. And it's quite funny as well. Something I forgot to mention on the UNN show last Thursday when Paul came on was talking about how his diary was already prepared before he even walked in, before he even met them, the first episode starts with government elected. It's a change of government. They never say whether it's Conservative or Labour who have transition power, because it really doesn't matter. They never say whether he's a Conservative MP or a Labour MP, or whether the opposition is Labour, because they're all the same. It doesn't matter, right? And he goes, well, here's your diary, this is what you're going to be doing. And then they overload him with work, saying, he goes, hang a minute, mate, I'm not, you've only met for a minute, like, how is this my diary? Like, surely I decide where I go. And he's like, don't be silly, like, do you know what I mean? Like, so, not only that though, but the department at that particular point, in 1980, or whatever it was, he has 23 people work, and also, it's stated that the minister receives £23,000 a year, right? But the undersecretary is the person who works there permanently, gets £30,000 a year. So he gets more. The minister gets the undersecretary, civil servant, gets more than the actual elected minister, right? But think about that. That's how bad inflation has hit as well. When 23,000 and 30,000 were considered massive, big payments. That was in 1980. And now, if you were, you would go 23,000, 30,000. You go, yeah, it's okay. It's not terrible, but even 30,000. But it's not considered like a big money. Now, I reckon that same civil service probably gets 100 grand a year, because inflation has just totally and they've done it too. It's the state that's done it, no one else. It's the state that's done it with the authorisation of the Bank of England and stuff. It's all the same. They all work together. It's all together, right? And that's what's going on. New Statesman, New Statesman are my favourite show. That is, in my opinion, Rick Mail's greatest character. I'm actually shocked, because most people I know have never seen it. If for some strange reason it just never repeats, I don't know why. When I was growing up, it just never repeated, and it's fucking hilarious. You can watch it all on YouTube for free. Like, that's our advice too. But Yes Minister is more on the nose. It's more, this is what's really going on. Whereas New Statesman, Rick Mel, he's just a cartoonish, corrupt Tory MP. That's all it is. But really, like I said, why Yes Minister is more ingenious is that they don't even name what party it's at, because it really doesn't matter. And they're saying they should have done the same with New Statesman. It didn't matter what political party. As the character did evolve, like Alan Partridge did evolve, like he exists outside of the TV shows, like book forms and all that sort of stuff, podcasts and all that. Rick Mail's character did evolve, and he did become an MEP, but he defected to New Labour, and he became a New Labour. And that was a lot. There was a stage show of Rick Mail as the start. And he actually, but then he died shortly after. But there was a stage version of him, and the character did actually evolve outside the media of TV. You know what I mean? Like Alan Partridge does. So yeah, it's quite good. But somebody with great hospitality management, foreign secretary wants to spend more Ghana. Yeah, like I said, just finish that point off. It's like, yeah, think about this logically, guys. If you can literally place any one of these elected MPs into that position, and it's totally irregardless of what their background is, you know, in their educational background, you can literally plod someone as the health minister, and they've got no health degree or nothing, like, you know, nothing in health, you know, regarding nothing, right? You can put them in education; they don't even have a degree. If you can put them in any of these things, and then you can reshuffle them and move those same people, and then the health minister today is the environment secretary tomorrow, and the environment secretary is now the home secretary. The home secretary is now the defence secretary, and the defence secretary is now the, I don't know, sports minister. I mean, it really does. That just shows you that the jobs are pointless, and they're not based on meritocracy. They're just based on, I don't know, like fantasy football nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, just like, oh, we're gonna put that person there, blah blah, and then that's it. It's not based on any kind of. That's why the private sector is always superior, because their whole thing, you can see the measurements, you can see what the customers want, you can see the profit and loss margin. So it makes the private market improve, because they don't put the right person in the right job, they're going to lose money. So they are forced to, you know, they're forced voluntarily in a way to actually to make sure that the best people are in the best place to job. If they don't, then the business will go under. But really, if the government was a standalone business, HM government was a standalone business, honest to God, it would have fucked up. It would have died years and decades ago. Like, but it's just totally run by inefficient people. It's also an initial gathering excuse, seeing what Russia tactics and strategies are. Sky looks stormy. Yeah, it is. Sounds stormy too. Yeah, it was actually pissing down earlier. I went out a bit last night, kind of unexpectedly in a way. What did I do? I got to. Oh yeah, I woke up in Dartford yesterday, and then I went to their stand in the park. Met up some of the Dartford standing park people. Then I drove to. I was going to do a live stream, but I thought it's not really much. Convy, I want to say Convy, this little village. So I just went on the maps, and I just saw like, oh, what's a nice little place I could go and explore and whatever. And I saw that it was nice, but not worth a live stream. If you know what I mean. So I just did a couple of like little videos and put it on my Telegram and Instagram instead. Yeah, then I went into found this really nice little pub in the middle of nowhere called the Shipwright Arms. But I'm actually a little bit pissed off because I'm a little bit worried about my van now, because it's a private road, and the road was fucking a piece of shit to the point where the middle of the road, if you know what I mean, had risen because of where all the tyres have gone. I mean, it's not been done. It's not been tarmacked or anything for, I would say, since like the 1920s, something like that, right? Basically, because all the erosion of like the wheels through on the road, the middle hasn't actually risen. Therefore, well, it's not risen, but just where the wheels are is sunken, and it looks like it's risen the centre of it. And my van's pretty low, and my exhaust pipe is massive, right? And I could hear it rubbing up against the thing, and I went, oh my fucking god, right? And then I got out, I looked under, when I was leaving the place, I got up and looked under, and like my exhaust pipe looks like it's on the fucking verge of falling off. It's like held up by at least 4 kind of things, and they're all off it. So I need to sort that out. I don't know what I'm going to do that, but I need to think about it. I need to get the jack out, raise it, and then somehow reinforce the so that's what I'm fucked off. I was thinking about, I could fucking sue these cunts for that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because they ain't fucking done their role properly. But so that's what I'm a bit worried about now. So any sort of speed bumps I go under, I go very, very slowly. Now I'm looking to go to Battle on Saturday. The Hope Sussex was apparently his Mad Mix's birthday in Victoria are playing, so I might pop down there. I like Hope Sussex, I like what they're trying to do. Create their own educational facility that's totally out of the control of the state. So I do support. They're actually trying to do something. So I do support them for that. It's paid entry, like about 15 quid or something, but that's fine. So that's where I'm probably going Saturday, but I need to, then after that, my mechanic friend, I need to chat with, honestly, about that. But so, my van, like I said, it was never the van I really wanted, I know, and it's just fucking problems after problems with it. But in the hindsight, I'm slowly building it, making it better with new parts, etc. So, I can justify that if I ever sold it and say, well, it's got all these new parts now, and so hopefully then I can sell it for maybe more than, or at least break even somehow. Because like I said, it wasn't the van I wanted. The van I wanted was sold the day before I went to view it, and I would have probably bought it. Then I was under time constraints because I was moving out of my flat and I needed a van urgently in order to, obviously move into, but also use the van to move out stuff, send it to the tip, etc. So it was used for that too. But yeah, it's just hidden little problems every now and then I'm finding with the van. So yeah, other little things I need to be sorting out as well. So, do you want your car? Do you want your drive time? Yeah, I've become that. I have become that. They fucking near that pub. Nice pub, but the road's not been done since their private road has not been done since this pub's literally in the middle of nowhere, guys. I'm not joking you. It was like a little small marina, and that was it. But even one that was like a really small marina. So it's totally based on clientele. Like the locals have obviously they've gained, and it's all been around since forever, it seems. It looks more like a house than a pub, you know what I mean? One of those kind of like places. It reminded me of the pubs in Ireland when I used to live there. It's like all like random little trinkets and just random shit in pubs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like photographs and just random items. That's how you usually know you're in an Irish pub. If there's random shit everywhere, that's an Irish pub. If there's like an iron, it's like an iron from 1920 or a scales from the turn of the century, just randomly just around inside the pub. Like, yeah, it's an Irish pub. It's just random shit everywhere. So pissing down in Norfolk. Well, I've got to say, I was thinking after Mad Mixes in Battle in East Sussex, I'm gonna head north, head Essex, and then above Essex is like Norfolk sort of area. So I might pop by there in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. I don't know. And then someone's offered me Clacton on Sea, and then someone's offered me Doncaster. So if you can, that would just be much appreciated. But it's your choice, obviously. A log on a wall. Yeah, it's random shit. Pans nailed to the ceiling. Yeah, there you go. You're getting it now. Yeah, you're definitely on board with my side. What I'm talking about. It's random shit. A scale from the turn of the century. What else would they have? One of those washing boards. Before washing machine, people would use the washing boards to ream out the wetness of the thing. That'll be in there. What else will be in there? Perhaps like a cannonball itself, like a little tiny one, not like a massive cannonball. Just be a rusted cannonball. Just be there on the table. Like there you go, it's cannonball. What else? Well, what other old timey stuff would be there? Like one of those old candlestick telephones that it's not in use. It's not working. It's just there. It's just there for no reason. Nah, the brown muskets. Nah, it's got to be like more Kitchenery kind of. I know I said a cannonball, but like Kitchenery kind of old items, like a typing machine, for example. That would be another one. Just random old shit, just like left in the pub. That's just all clobbered together, all around the pub, like a typing machine. Like I said, like scales, like measuring scales. What else is random? It's just like if I just woke up in this building and I just looked, I go, yes, pub. I wouldn't even need to look. I wouldn't even need to look at the bar. I wouldn't even need to look for the pool table or the bar or anything like that. First thing I saw, I go, yeah, we're an Irish pub. Chamber pub, bed fan. That would surprise me. Just not noticed it. Yeah, random brass tools. Yeah. Yeah, it was pissing down earlier near the Freedom Pub in Brook Green. What's this? What's near the Freedom Pub in Brook Green? It's not called. It was called the Keep of Brook Green, but they've changed the name of it again to we're talking about old Irish pubs because that's an Irish pub. It's now called the Biddy McGilligan's or something like that. It's called that. That's what the Keep on Brook Green's now called. Biddy McGilligan's. Mangle. What's a mangle behind the bar? Yes, a map of Ireland and shape of the foot. Yes. This is like. Do you remember? Is it the Generation game? And then you had the conveyor belt, random shit going past that you had to memorise. That's basically what people don't know here. That on the other side of the conveyor belt, there's an Irish landlord, Irish pub landlord, and he's just putting the stuff into a sack to bring back to his pub, and then just placing it randomly in his pub, including the what is it? The stuffed animal. What was it? The cuddly toy. What's a mangle? Oh, right. Yeah, I sort of said that, didn't I? It's like a washer in it, sort of thing, isn't it? So I'm walking towards, I assume this is Herne Bay, that I'm coming up to now. Looking a bit choppy. It's cool, but we're still going in that. That's how nuts he is. He'll give Poseidon some leaflets. Here, deliver some of these, mate. To Poseidon, he'll say. The water levels aren't rising. I'll say something like that to him. Box of potatoes, crisps. Yes, I shared a packet of potatoes the other day in a pub. It was. Oh, remember I said I was in Wimbledon Common hunting for wombles. We went into. There was a pub at the Windmill. It's the golf club. The golf club. But they've opened it now to customers, to public. So obviously they're probably losing money, aren't they? So they've had to open up to the public the actual golf club. So, but it's basically a pub in decoration inside, right? They had all potato crisps as well. But there's only one tato though. Honest to God, if anyone's never had any tato crisp before, don't buy salt and vinegar. Don't buy prawn cocktail. There's only one tato crisp to buy: cheese and onion. Cheese and onion potato crisps are one of the greatest crisps I've ever had in my life. That's all they should sell. Salt and vinegar and the rest, there's no point having them because they just taste like any generic other salt and vinegar sort of other brand crisps. Yeah? But their cheese and onion, I don't know what it is, their cheese and onion is just perfect. Right? It's just the best cheese and onion crisps I've ever had in my life. Russell is around there, I think. It's from around there. It's Davy Russell. Right. Let's just type in this. I keep admitting. Do you know what? I've forgotten. I figured it just yesterday, thinking, oh shit, I was talking to someone who I can't remember. And then they were telling me about it, and now I've just totally forgotten how to find the Nightbot. I've got to type it into my search engine. But I've got a new phone, and I saved the homepage to my, my desktop, my phone sort of thing. Also got a new phone. How to get there again. He does rant. I don't know who he is. Dave. What does he rant about? The other side in Canada right now. Fiona. You know what's funny, right? I was laughing, you know. So one of my Canadian friends, yeah, he's in Canada, obviously, and he's the best friend here. Hurricane, yeah. All he said was that Fiona has been here. So instantly, and then he showed me pictures